Hello, everyone, and here we are again with another episode of Driver Stories. This week, we decided to take things out on the road and interview one of our brand new terminal managers at the Baytown facility, Royce Hamilton. Royce has been in the cryogenic industry for most of his adult life. Royce gives us a new perspective on what it's like to go from being a driver to an owner-operator to a new terminal manager for LGT Transport. He's definitely been around the block a time or two and has opportunity to share with us today what his career has been like as a truck driver and what the opportunities are that have been presented to him since he started as a driver many years ago. We're excited about his new position here at LGT, and maybe those opportunities exist for you as well. So without further ado, here we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
This morning we have Royce Hamilton with us, and for those of you that probably have been driving in the cryogenic business for a long time, he's more affectionately known as Spanky.
Absolutely. Spanky is what they call me around here.
Spanky is your handle.
Yeah, that's my CB handle. Had it for almost 28 years. I got it when I started at Jack B. Kelly.
Yeah.
Years ago, yeah.
Wow.
Years ago.
I didn't know you worked at Kelly.
I worked at Kelly about 4 or 5 years. I was working for an owner-operator at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was a guy that had been around for a while. His name was Tommy Palmer, if I don't mind.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Tommy Palmer, great guy. He was the one that kind of laid my, my love for trucking down.
Really?
Yeah, seeing him.
Why?
Just seeing him, the way he operated, the way he ran his truck, the way he ran his business, I was amazed, and I was really, captivated by what he did. Never been in a big truck ever until I saw him.
Okay, so let's back up then.
Okay.
So before you met Tommy Palmer, right? You grew up in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then when did you did you graduate from high school in Los Angeles?
Yes, Van Nuys High School.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I went to Chatsworth.
Really?
Yeah.
That was okay.
Oh my God!
Right. Yeah. I know what that.
Wow, that is. I know it.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah.
What year?
It was 85. Yeah, 84, 85.
You're younger than me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about when I graduated high school.
It wasn't too much before me. It was a couple of years, huh?
A couple of years, maybe. Give or take.
Yeah, we'll leave that. All right.
So after that, then did you go to Houston right away, or?
No, I didn't. I lingered in Los Angeles for a while, and my mom and my stepdad had like a career change, and we moved back to Longview, which is my mother's hometown.
Okay.
And we moved back there, and
Longview is east of Dallas.
Texas. Yeah, it's East Texas, Northeast Texas.
Okay.
And actually, there is where I discovered trucking. I was working at a Walmart distribution center, not a distribution, but a Walmart. I guess it's a Walmart store, real small one in Longview.
Okay.
And I saw this truck driver bag that truck up into a little narrow dock, and I'm standing like, no way he's gonna get that truck in here. So we waged bets and stuff like that, and he got it in there, and I was just blown away. Had to go talk to the guy.
Really?
Oh yeah. But then he told me he only made thing back then 32 cents a mile. Like, oh.
That's not for me.
Yeah, but then he told me the miles that he ran. I did the math. I was like, whoa, okay. Did he get any free food and stand around, watch us unload the trailer? Well, it might be a pretty cool job. Then I made mention to my little brother-in-law that I saw that. And he found a truck driving school called MTA, which is in Waxahachie.
Okay.
And unbeknownst to me, he went and filled out all the stuff, put my name in and everything. And a recruiter from that school came and looked me up the next day. And about a week after that, I went to this truck driving school, MTA.
Wow.
And that's when I ran into, I looked up Tommy Palmer, told him I went to truck driving school and I was about to finish. And he told me to work a couple of jobs, get some experience.
Okay.
And when I went to Snyder, Stevens Transport, did some oil field stuff. for a few years, and then I got with Jack Kelly.
Wow. So how many years you been driving a truck since?
Since 90. Since 90. Yeah.
Holy cow.
About 33 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you went to Kelly, did you become an owner-operator then?
No, I didn't. I worked for Tommy for about 4 years. Guy named Tommy Palmer. Worked for him about 4 years.
Okay. And you drove for him?
Drove for him.
Lots of guys do that, actually.
Yeah.
You know, less so nowadays, but it used to be people would do that all the time.
Yeah, and actually, if I don't even mind saying, that's where I met Brian Pickett.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was there, then Brian Pickett came, and that's when I ran into, Bobby Felton.
Yes.
We all been out there, we was babies.
Yeah.
We started doing it,
Yeah. And did you haul cryogenics then for Kelly?
Or cryogenics.
Not helium?
No, not helium. Not at that time.
Okay. And so you were there with all those guys?
All the old school guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you worked for Tommy Palmer.
Yeah, for Tommy Palmer.
For 4 years, and then what did you do?
I left cryogenic business for a second and started hauling plastic in the pneumatic industry, in plastic pellets.
Yeah.
For a small little outfit out of Beaumont called PW & Sons Trucking.
Okay.
And then I ran into a friend of mine that was at Jack Kelly with me, and then he was at Cryogenic. So I left PW, I left there about 99 and went to CTI in 99.
You were there when I was there.
Yeah, exactly. You got me out of my patrol a couple times with that guy named Lyle. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Lyle was, he was a piece of work, and, this guy, I guess, to some people. And I used to call you.
He was really old school.
Yeah, I called you several times about the situation with Lyle. But, we go back a long time. But you deal with so many drivers, you will remember the Lord.
I know.
And here I am, look like a manager for one of your terminals now, huh? Ain't that amazing?
Well, you're going too fast. You're going too fast. Okay. So here we are at CTI. And then what happened after that?
CTI was probably about
So were you that your first owner-operator job?
Right. Well, actually, I drove a company truck for CTI.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, not a company. I'm sorry. I was a lease driver.
Yeah.
Lease driver.
Okay.
I did that for about 2 years.
Okay.
And then I bought my own truck.
Okay. And what was the first truck you bought?
The first truck I bought was a 97 Freightliner FLD.
Okay.
It actually was an old Prime truck.
Really?
Yeah, it was blue with pink stripes on it. Yeah, guys remember that truck. I
well, you remember Brian Pickett's first truck, right?
Yeah.
Yellow.
It was a yellow
truck.
Yeah.
Wow, was it ever yellow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. And then Melvin Johnson, his truck was orange.
Right.
And Joe Coburn, his was green.
Green.
You'd never forget, right?
That was the first lime green truck I ever seen, Joe Coburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That truck was beat. It was a nice truck.
It was. And every truck he's had since then has been green.
Yeah,
Same color.
Same color.
Signature color.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
We call it Corvette green.
Okay.
That's his personal name for it. I don't know why. But yeah.
I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, he said Corvette green.
Okay. All right. So you buy your first truck.
First truck, and that was in 2002, maybe.
Yeah, must have been.
Yeah, 2002.
Right.
And I worked it there for a while.
At CTI.
Mm-hmm.
Left
CTI, and had my own authority for a minute, and I worked.
How was that?
A lot of work.
Yeah.
It was intense. Cause I leased to a company called Jones Motor Freight at first. Then I leased.
So even though you had your own authority, you still leased on to
I did that. I had my own authority, but I ran under them for a minute, and about 6 months, then I started running on my own. Okay. So were you working the load boards? And I was using their agents, they called them. Oh. The Landstar agents. So they were getting a cut. Yeah. Yeah. And I did that for about a year. Wow. And then I found out that actually you were at Jenna. Yeah. Yeah. I ran into a guy named Kevin Matthews a few times. Okay. When I got back into cryogenics. I went back to cryogenics, and he said that he was at Genox. Yeah. And I ran into two guys that kind of sealed the deal for me. It was a guy named Robert Shen and a guy named Pat Fontenot. Yeah. they talked me into coming to Genox. And I did. And I think at the time Genox had maybe like 8 trucks, 9 trucks maybe. And small little place in LaPorte on 16th Street.
Couldn't even hardly get in it, right?
I think you guys shared a building with
a
company.
mold remediation company.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
And there was a dirty little parking lot in the back, probably wasn't even a square yard, maybe. I mean a square I guess it may have been an acre maybe.
No.
It wasn't quite an acre.
I don't think it was quite an
acre. It was
acre.
a couple lots.
I think at most we got a couple trailers.
Yeah, because we barely had room to make a U-turn in there. Yeah. So it was tight. But that was a long time ago. That was And I stayed with Genox 17 years.
Yeah, that was a long time, wasn't it? Yeah. And then along comes LGT.
Yeah. Yeah, long time.
How long did I talk to you before you jumped ship? Quite a while, right?
Probably 5 years. Probably longer than that, maybe 7 years,
Yeah.
And I regret not coming when I first talked to you when you first started. I think about that now.
Yeah, you should.
I do. I'm like,
everything happens for a reason. Timing is everything.
Yeah, you're right. Everything happened in this season.
Yeah.
So it was just my season to leave there and come here and.
So you came over here.
Yeah, been loving every minute of it. Loving it.
So what year was that when you came over? Do you remember?
When I came over here, it was 2017. I want to say June or July.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of action happened. The moment I left Genox, I made the move here before I even got my signs put on. I think you called me that night, and I didn't answer my phone. My truck got hit.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He's like, Royce, somebody hit your truck. Like, you
That's
kidding.
right. Yeah.
But the guy was an upstanding guy. He stayed there. He didn't leave.
Yeah.
He gave me all his insurance information. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
And that was the start.
It was
rough.
That was the beginning.
Yeah, it was rough, but it was good. I hung in there,
I think I remember I had to make sure you had insurance on your truck because you hadn't even driven yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
Right. Right. Wow. Yeah. So that was truck 242.
Yes, ma'am. 242.
242 is what's that number for you? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th truck? How many trucks have you had?
Probably about the 4th.
4th?
Yeah, it was 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of a truck is it?
It is a 2005 Peterbilt 379 Classic. I think that's probably one of the last of the great ones. Okay. It is it's an electronic engine with the twin turbo 500 Caterpillar.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
13 speed. It's nice truck. I like it. It's
One of the questions I get the most from people that are wanting to bring their own truck on is, how old can it be?
Yeah.
And I think what my response is always, I don't really care how old it is. What I care about is it's reliable. Yeah. And that's the one thing I've noticed about your truck. It's never down. It's always running.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I spend a lot of time. Instead of me parking it, getting out and going home, I get up under it, I grease it, I do my, a thorough DOT check, myself. I check it out, brakes, everything. I just stay on top of it. The least little thing goes wrong, I fix it. I don't let it fester and grow into something else, because you let something go wrong with these trucks, it's like a cancer. It was just spread into something else and something else. And so you just got to stay on top of it. Make a list of things you have to do.
Yeah.
Complete the list.
So do you have a mechanic that you rely on?
If it's something that I can't do, yeah, I have a mechanic.
But it's not one of the big guys?
No.
Just a local guy that you found?
A so-called shade tree, little guy, but they really smart. And actually, it's the guys that worked at a big major. Like, I got 2 guys that used to work at Mustang Caterpillar.
Okay.
And most of the local guys around here know those guys, the Arrington twins. That's who I use to work on my truck. They're about the best in Caterpillar around here by far.
And they're in Baytown? No,
they are in Acres Home.
Oh.
Houston, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Arrington twins.
No kidding.
Yeah, they do Cat, Cummings, and Detroit. Brilliant guy, twins.
Huh.
Absolutely brilliant.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, Arrington twins.
Well, cool. So then, one of the other thing that people always ask me is about cross training. And I know for you, one of the things that I appreciate the most about you is you can do everything, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And I don't know if that comes from the old Kelly days or what, but I mean, I don't think there's a product that you're not familiar with hauling.
Yeah, I can credit that to Jack Kelly days because before we were cut loose, they had this class. Back in those days, you could operate like that because it wasn't many, the industry wasn't as competitive as it is now. It was like just maybe they were the only ones on the block from what I knew. And if you wanted to do that, that's where you had to come. So they had time to kind of nurture you and grow you in certain products, and
So they'd actually bring you to Amarillo, and
you know what? Some guys went to Amarillo, but they had a place in LaPorte where we would actually go. You remember Tri-Gas? We would go to a Tri-Gas training facility right there in LaPorte, or we'd do it at the Jack Kelly yard. We transfer nitrogen from a transport into a tank. We'll do a hydrogen bump or cascade. They had a little tube bank we would practice on right there.
Wow.
On location.
So Kelly kind of worked with them to get that going then.
Yeah, they had a guy, I think his name was Bobby Bollinger. And a guy named Smitty, we just call him Smitty, I don't even know his name, but Smitty, I think, went to a company called, I can't remember some cryogenic company he went to after we left Kelly, but him and Bobby Bollinger and a lady named Julie Lyles. She was like the manager of that terminal. Great lady, awesome. She was tough, but I admired her.
Of Tri-Gas.
No, she was with Jack Kelly.
Oh, she was before Judy then.
No, Judy was the only lady I knew that ran that terminal.
Okay.
And Judy was at Jack Kelly, early 90s.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was pretty smart.
Yeah. So most recently though, you've gotten into anhydrous for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never hauled it, but I ran with I rode with a friend of mine that did it.
Okay.
As well as propane. And that's why I did a lot of my learning. When I wasn't working, I would run with guys that I knew that showed me. One guy, Dr. Pepper, he ran for a propane outfit, Hercules, I think he ran for Arrow. And I'd see him somewhere, we would ride to a local customer, and I would watch him do it right there. And I said, man, it's just like CO2. Like, yeah, just a little more hazardous, but same, same principle. So, and it don't take me long to learn something. Somebody showed me one time, and that's all it takes is one, and I can go from there.
Yeah. Although you shouldn't.
I shouldn't, but I do it. And my biggest thing is safety. Once I figure out what not to do, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
And I do everything else to keep me safe and keep everybody else safe.
Yeah.
I mean, once you understand the basic, operations of the equipment, and you really have to spend some time with it. It ain't something you do while you're on the job. You got to do it when you're at home. Pull out a study sheet, and just look at it. See what they do. Take pictures of the equipment. Label it so you can remember the names of the valves and different stuff like that. That's what I did. Because I really wanted to know.
Right.
And I took it serious.
So when you learn something new, right? I mean, I think that the approach is always, that it's another notch, right?
Right.
And it makes you more marketable, or you can have a better selection, right? For those guys that are just getting the industry, the more that you know how to do, the more choices you're going to get, the more opportunities you're going to get, and sometimes, trying to just do one thing is, even though it might get you home every night, it's not necessarily better for you over the long term.
Yeah, well, I stress that to the guys that I had the pleasure of training, whatever the product that I train them on at the time. I always make mention to him, man, that's a lot of the stuff you can do. Because, like everything, every product has its season.
Right.
So it's always good to learn how to haul, different products. I mean, that way you can't lose. You always be in the lane of generating some revenue for yourself and your family. Learn how to operate different equipment and haul different products.
Yeah. So the most recent change for you was at the first of this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you decided to accept our offer to be terminal manager for Baytown, Texas.
Yes, I did. I was nervous, but I I feel like I owe it to myself because I've been doing this for so long and just getting in the same field but just a different lane. And I just feel it'll take me to another level of knowledge in this business, And I mean, I accepted it with pleasure, you know what I mean? I really did.
Yeah.
I always wanted something like this to happen, I just didn't know when. I guess after driving for so long, it had became so monotonous. Everything was just saying, you see people come and go. And that's kind of all the friends I knew, they're not here anymore. I'm like, I'm the only one, maybe a couple of them left. And I said, I may need to get out of this one, out of this pool to get into another pool to learn some new faces and, meet new people and learn a new thing.
Yeah. Well, I hope you don't do that. I hope you stay right here.
No, I'm going to do all of that in this place. I'm going to do all that in this place.
Right? Yeah. So it's totally different though, right? I mean, you've got an office now.
Right.
Right? Where before your office was your truck.
Right.
Right? You've got a computer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've got email.
Right. And it is a major adjustment that I have to make. Usually it was just me and my little cubicle by myself, and whatever I say goes. But now it's like you have to conform to different things, listen a little more, and talk a little less, be a little more understanding, and so I'm learning all of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Well, that's good. I think one of the great things about LGT is it has opportunities like that for everyone.
Right.
I mean, I think that our philosophy is we always try to hire from within.
Right.
Because the company, the culture, a lot of the drivers. And I think a lot of times you have already earned that respect and of the people that are working for you and with you.
Right. And that's what I like about LGT too. The people that, the company have in offices, they are truck drivers. They have roots in the trucking industry. So they understand trucking. And that's what I like. And for the fact you hire from within. People that know people, nobody just walks in and, that I know of. Now, most of the people I know that's here in the company, they are truckers, most of them.
Yeah,
and
all of the driver trainers.
Yeah.
Harold was truck number 101, Bruce was 110. Steve was, I'm going to forget the number, but yeah.
I got a call from Steve congratulating me the other day, too.
You did?
Yeah, it made me feel
awesome.
good. Yeah. I said that was
That's
really
great.
Good. Yeah. And I've been doing it for a long time, too.
So during this course of your career, you're married to the same woman that you married when you were in high school.
35 years. Yes.
Right?
Yes. 35 years. And
her name is?
Her name is Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa. And that's the love of my life.
Yeah.
It really is.
And you have two girls.
I have twin girls.
And a boy.
And my oldest.
Yeah.
The oldest child is a son. His name is Royce Jr.
Royce Jr.
Just made 34.
Really?
Yeah. January 17th.
Okay.
Yeah. Just made 34.
So how'd you balance all that? You're busy driving over the road, right?
I got to give most of it to her because I was gone. And as a young woman, she was strong, but she got that from her mom. So it was just something passed down to her. And she handled it. She did. She really did. I can't thank her enough.
Yeah.
And lift her up enough because she really did an awesome job with the kids.
And most recently now, we're a grandfather.
Yes, yeah. I have 3 new additions. I have a 6-year-old granddaughter, and the next one, he's 6 months old. His name is Nazir. And I have a baby. She's 4 months old. Her name is Adaya. Yeah, beautiful grandkid.
Yeah, congratulations.
I'm proud. I'm like,
you should be.
Yeah, I'm like super proud. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be so proud, but I am.
Yeah.
I never thought that, we never think grandparenthood. Who thinks that?
Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah.
I'm talking to all my kids out there. I don't have any grandchildren yet.
I told mine, look, I'm going to be like 60 years old. I don't want to be on my legs playing with babies. Come on, give it to me now while I can still go to football games and tussle around with them, give it to me now while I'm still young enough to, enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
They as soon as they hit, came to VA, just went straight to my heart.
Yeah.
Immediately. It's a different kind of love. I mean, you love your kids, but grandkids is like.
That's what they say.
Oh, it's another level.
Huh.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next for Royce?
Selling in with LGT and staying here. I think this is my last rodeo.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure of that. This is my place.
Good.
This is my place. I really feel like home. Even though I didn't come initially, I feel like this is where all roads end for me right here.
Well, good.
I love it. I love the people, the drivers, the whole company is just great.
Yeah.
The atmosphere it's professional. You got the people that work inside, everybody respect each other. I like that whole thing about LGT.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think that what makes it all worthwhile is the people.
Right.
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I was, it's what do I like best about the company? I think we were in an interview for a job or something, and they asked me. And for me, it's, it's always the people. The people are that you.
Yeah.
It's, what? We were having dinner last night with Mike Long, and he said they're my work family, and I really liked that. Because family is such a powerful word, right?
It really is.
And you have your family at home, but then I really believe that you have a work family.
Extended work family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the people here, I think, just your employees here is like your most valuable asset. I believe that your employees are, because from what I see, everybody here is happy. So, when somebody's happy at work, they're going to be productive. They're going to do the job, and they're going to do the best job they can do.
Yeah.
And I think it's contagious. When you see people on a job that's happy, it's contagious. Nobody will come in with a bad attitude when they know they're going to walk into a place where everybody's great, everybody's feeling good. I like that whole vibe.
And appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, you appreciate it for what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
Not what you don't bring to the table. Because we all have negative things. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But when you're appreciated for what you have versus what you don't have, that I think is the key.
That sets everything apart.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to thank you today, Royce, for being here and sharing your story with us.
Well, thank you, Patty. You caught me by surprise. I was like, what? But it's okay. I'm relaxed now. I'm good.
Yeah.
Talking to you, just like I said, this vibe here is relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
That's good. Well, we appreciate it. So you have a wonderful day.
You do.
Congratulations on your new position.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. And that's a wrap on this episode of Driver Stories. Be sure to check out our website at lgttransport.com for more information about the show and LGT Transport. You can also find us on social media and let us know what you think of our podcast, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.